Ladies and gentlemen, give us 1 minute. We're about to get started. Thank you for hanging out.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can hear me, let me get a number 1 in chat. Number 1, can you type 1 please in chat? We're talking over here. And we're talking over here. Hey, there's
Oh, wait,
those
do they
ones.
want the number one or spell out O-N-E?
You have to spell Number space O-N-E, all caps, letter in between each letter.
Exclamation point.
Exclamation point at the end.
You put a question mark in there, then they'll think you can't hear us.
Uh-huh. 1 question mark?
Yeah.
You're just guessing? What's going on, everybody? Let's switch this camera over. Hey, Pinheads, what's going on? Jack Danger here. I'm joined today again with Mr. Mike Vinacore. We've got some special guests with us, too, which we'll introduce in a minute. But today, we are going to be exploring version 0.95. Mike is going to stand over the game, and he's going to show you all the new features that are in it, including some more of the topper stuff, which is really fun. And I say we just jump right into it.
All right. Hello, Internet. It's good to be back. It's been what, Jack? A month since we've done this?
It's been about a month,
About
yeah.
a month. All right. So we released 0.95 James Bond software for both models last week. The things that we changed, I'll go from like the smallest to the biggest. First of all, we made the bondwoman multipliers easier to attain. The first time you get them is the same. That hasn't and won't change. But if you were to get them on a ball, then you wanted to get them again on the same ball before, it would get harder. And in playing it and with some of the feedback we got on top of our own play, and we figured like it became a little too unattainable to get them, again. So the challenge, I think, was more than enough for the first time. So we just made it be the same for every time. So if it's 20 rocket hits or whatever it is to light the one bondwoman there, it'll always be that. So if you get her on ball 1, and you could get it again with the same way. That should make the playfield multipliers a little bit more attainable, and then the dream of getting your 7x more than once a ball, if you want to do all that work.
Want that 7x.
Yeah, it will be certainly a lot more achievable than it was before.
Heck yeah, dude.
By the way, if you guys have any questions throughout any of this, just ask in the chat, and Jack, you can relay them to me.
I will try to relay. Also, ladies and gentlemen, you may notice that we are streaming live off of Stern's YouTube. We are going to, I had a little conversation with Mr. Zach Sharp. We're going to try to move all of our live streaming stuff for the company over to Stern's YouTube here. And so all of our live content hopefully will be here so that I can go be a disgusting slob on Dead Flip without tarnishing the brand or anything. It's going to be great. So yeah, make sure you, listen, I'm new to this stuff, so there's a bell you got to click and subscribe and all that jazz, and then you'll know when we go live, okay? Awesome. All right, Mike, take it away.
Okay. The next thing we changed was the difficulty of starting henchman modes on the side ramp. We changed the default setting to be easy instead of medium or hard. So it basically goes 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. So the first 2 henchman modes are only 1 shot away. The next 2 are 2 shots away. The final 2 are 3 shots away. So that should make getting more henchman modes and thus getting to one of the wizard modes a little bit more achievable for people. I know, like, personally, like, I hit that side ramp a lot off my skill shots if I plunge all the way around. So I can usually start, more henchman modes in a game, even in a bad game for me.
Oh, that's great.
Because
yeah.
we made it a little bit more attainable. We fixed, we squashed a few bugs too. There's a whole bunch of new topper effects, and that's why we have the camera on the topper today, so you can show them off. Wason did a really good job adding a bunch of stuff for this release.
Good job, Wason.
Yes, thank you, Wason. And then the biggest thing we added was the Goldfinger's Jackpot Wizard mode. That's the third of the 4 mini wizard modes that are going in. This one is a single ball, and I'm going to cheat my way through with the glass off here to show it to you. But let me explain the rules first.
Please.
So it's a single ball. It's a timed mode. There's 9 shots lit, and there's 3 colors. So there's 3 red, 3 green, 3 blue. It's kind of like the wire colors in a bomb, because the whole mode is about James Bond trying to turn off that bomb in Goldfinger. So the idea is you need to make the 9 shots to light the super jackpot,
Okay.
with the rocket. But the easiest thing is just make 9 shots before the time runs out.
Easy
right?
peasy.
Yeah, but if you really want the huge points, and this mode has huge points, make them in color groups, right? So make all the red shots. You pick a color, right? Whatever you start with. If it's red first, try to make all your red shots before you make any blue or green, because the points like grow huge on the second and the third in sequence. And you'll know which one you're going for is because they're flashing. But there's a catch. So while you're playing this, the shots are revealed to you momentarily, the shot colors, then they're obscured with white arrows. And you have to remember where they were. But every time you make a shot or you hit the Goldfinger target, it gives you like a peak, for about a second, it reveals the colors again. So you're kind of flying blind. You got to do it by memory. But every successful shot and every time you hit the Goldfinger target, it reveals it for about a second. You can come out of this thing with hundreds of millions of points, because the points you're accumulating throughout this mode become your super jackpot. So if you rack up, 200 million points by making the shots in the groups, for example, your super is now worth that as well. And all switch closures count towards your super jackpot as well. Like I said, it's a time mode, and then when you make the 9 shots, you have to shoot the right ramp for a double jackpot, and then it lights the rocket. You got to get the drop targets down and hit the rocket before the timer goes off. I will show it to you guys in a minute. I'll cheat my way there. Is there any questions before I hit start and make a whole bunch of noise by hitting targets with my fingers? Nothing?
I'm not seeing anything.
Okay, let me start this thing up. Is this normal that I don't hear this game at all, Jack? Do you have the sound muted here?
Give me 1 second.
Hello, what was that you saying? Hello, hello. James, you still there? Hello.
Horrible woman.
Yes, she's had her kicks.
Many people have tried to involve themselves in my affairs. Watch out!
A Spectre weapon is available.
Can everyone hear the game okay? Again, this is my first time streaming on YouTube, so we're trying to figure it out.
All right, looks like I got halfway through the Spectre modes.
A Spectre weapon is available.
Lower! Not up!
It always cracks me up when I fall on that off. Just 'cause that one makes me laugh every time. I don't know why.
Replay.
All right, we got a question here. It says, do you get bonus points for beating a mode with 7 seconds left?
Currently, you do not, but I would be lying if I said that didn't cross our minds. There are a number of things in this game where we use the number 7. I mean, 7x multiplier.
Yeah.
You have to make 7 shots. Ooh. You have 7 seconds to do something. Like, there's a lot of 7 references in this game. Any place I could make sense of using the number 7, like Ronnie and I both were like, yeah, let's do 7. Like, you have 70 seconds to do a mode, stuff like that. Although not all the modes, I mean, some of them require more time. But, all right, 1 more to go.
A Spectre weapon is available.
By the way, for those that don't remember from my tutorial a couple months ago, on that particular one, if you make the flashing shot, it's worth more than the solid one. And a lot of the modes have the here's how you beat the mode, but here's how you play it differently to like maximize all the points. All right, so now I've got the wizard mode lit. You'll know which one you're going to play by whichever villain is flashing quickly on this row of inserts. So I need to, and you can hit the Goldfinger target to move it up one and cycle through for which one you want to play. So we want Goldfinger. Oops, I'm terrible at throwing the ball. All right, so now as you can see, I've got 3 green, 3 red, 3 blue. I'll hit the Goldfinger target here to reveal them roughly. So what you want to do, I'll start with the reds. The first one you make is worth 5 million, and now the shots you make turn gold, and they're worth like 1,000,000 points a shot. So there's no dead shots in this game. I mean, in this mode, right? So now, if you look, the other 2 red ones are blinking to signify like that's the one I'm trying to go for, right?
Oh, nice.
So when I make the second red shot, it's 5x jackpot, so it's worth 25.
Baby.
Now if I make the last one, it's a 10x. It's worth 50 million.
50 million, how
right?
about it?
So now I've cleared out all the red ones. Anytime I make these gold ones, I get 1 million. So if you're using it to feed, to set up a shot. So now I'll go for the blue ones. And again, it'll go 5, 25, 50.
Mike, you're so good at playing with your hands, dude. These scores are incredible.
Sadly, this is how I play the game more than playing with, for real when we're developing it, I gotta do stuff like this and then I'll play the mode, once I start it. But I have to cheat my way to a lot of
Cheat your way
things.
to it?
Yeah. So now all I've got left is the 3 green ones.
Hurry up.
So now I have to make, the timer's still running, I have to make the right ramp to shoot. And now the rocket, but the drop targets are in my way, so I gotta hit the drop target and hit this before the 10 seconds runs out.
Holy
So my super was the combination of all the switches I made plus all the points I made in jackpot. And then the flippers died. So I mean, you can see minus whatever it took me to get there for those Spectre modes, right? I walk out of that thing with over 500 million points, and that was that 1x.
That's
so
wild, yeah.
If you had 7x during that whole thing, you could really clean house. So that's how that mode works. It's easy. It's easier said than done of sticking to the groups, but I've successfully done it playing for real multiple times.
Oh, nice.
It's I tend to start with the saucer, the one where I do the saucers in the middle shot first to get those out of the way, so that way the ball won't roll in there if I lose control. I break a shot, and then if you clear those out first, it kind of opens the pathway up for success.
Killer.
So then the next release we're gonna do, we'll add the 4th and final mini wizard mode. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, and I'm not gonna tell you the name, but I'm pretty excited about it. We're working on it now, and we're gonna release that pretty soon.
Heck yeah. We got a question in chat that says, is there a negative to not hitting all the colors together in order?
You just get less points.
Okay.
It will not prevent you from beating the mode, but each one of if I hit the shots in just random order and I don't stick by the colors, the next shot will always be 5 million a shot. But if I go red, it's 5, 25, and then I do blue instead of another red. Now that blue is at 5, and now I want to shoot another blue one for more points. But so the minimum you can get out of that thing is 9 times 5 if you just did single ones.
45
right?
easy.
So 45 million, plus the super, and plus your switch hits. So
cool.
But if you do the work of planning your shots, you can walk out of that thing with hundreds and hundreds of millions of points.
Easy money. All right, well, what do we want to touch on next? Internet, again, if you have any questions, please feel free to type them in chat. YouTube has a little bit more of a delay than Twitch, so it might take us a second to see what you're typing.
One thing I'll make comment on, I've heard some feedback of people why don't the movie inserts do anything? But they do. This is your progress towards Her Majesty's Secret Service. I mean, just like in the same way that on Medieval Madness and Attack from Mars, those blue inserts didn't give you anything for lighting them.
Right.
That was your progress indicator to get to the final wizard modes in those games. These are your progress indicators to get to the Her Majesty's Secret Service. The branches of the things is how you get the mini wizard modes. As you're going through all that stuff, you're going to start seeing these things live. We will give, in the future, something for lighting these things. And, of course, finishing modes in the future will be worth way more to you than not finishing them in regards to, end of the ball bonus, and we're toying with the idea of some other things too.
Cool.
So it will be in your best interest to play the modes and try to beat them, because they'll be things worth going for in the future when we get there.
Awesome. There is a question about the audio. I don't know how much you know about this, but what does the announcer say during the start of Jetpack Multi-Ball and Bird One Multi-Ball?
Bird One Multi-Ball is there are men in the crater. There are men in the crater.
Yeah.
I don't know what. I don't think he says anything in Jetpack other than like multi-ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, it's kind of distorted because it was like over a loudspeaker.
Yeah,
sound,
right.
But there are men in the crater.
Yeah. Men
And
in
it's
the
got an
crater.
accent too, yeah. So with a heavy accent. I actually had to ask George what that was, and I watched the movie a ton of times, and I'm like, wait, what is he saying there? And George can just, he's like, oh no. It's
So
men.
apparently people think that they're saying the word Jerry during at the start of Jetpack Multi-Ball.
I've never heard
I'm
it.
almost
Like,
certain that
Yeah.
if that's what you're hearing, it wasn't on purpose.
No, not at all. Yeah.
Yeah, a little Jerry Easter egg.
Yeah, maybe. Jerry, did you put some?
Jerry, you sneaky
Yeah,
SOB.
did you sneak your name in there, Jerry, that we didn't catch it?
Caught you. All right. What else do you want to touch on?
Like I said, there's a bunch of new topper effects added. They really look beautiful, but there will be a lot more topper work to come, too.
Okay.
So, in future releases, because we got we still got more stuff to do before we're all the way done. There will be more topper work done on the road to 1.0.
Okay. Killer.
We're gonna do like I said, the next mini wizard mode is next on our plate, and we have a bunch of stuff that I've talked about in the past coming, not necessarily in the next update, but in on the path to 1.0. The Spectre weapon perks are still coming. The U-turn shot, which has a special name that I'm saving.
I need it.
I'm saving the name reveal for when we introduce it.
Sure.
So, and what it's going to do, I think people are going to like what we're going to do with it. That's still coming.
It swaps scores, right, from player to player.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Wasn't there a game that did that?
Yeah, it was like there
it
were
Who
several
Done It?
games that did that. I know Bugs Bunny's birthday, whatever,
Swap
did that.
scores?
Oh man, it was
That
terrible.
must have been hugely popular.
Bro, it was the worst.
Yeah, so all that stuff is still forthcoming over the next handful of updates we do. Like I said, we're working on the next one now. I don't have a date for you, but it'll be within the cadence of what we've been doing.
Yeah,
So.
and we're at like 0.95.
Yeah.
We still got some work, as you hear, to get to 1.0. But they got a lot of cool stuff that is part of the 1.0 package. So
Absolutely, yeah. I'm super excited for the stuff we still have left to do. I can't wait to get it all to everybody.
Heck yeah.
Because I'm really proud of how this game sits right now, and I'll be even more proud of it when we finish it. Because I know what the rest of the vision is, and I'm absolutely adding this to my own collection.
heck yeah. All right, we got another question here. It says, if you beat a Spectre weapon mode, how do you know which ones you've played and which ones you've beaten?
Oh, they stay solid when you beat them. See, I've played all 6, so now we're back to the first one.
Okay.
Thinking. But when you complete one, the light will stay solid on the wheel here of inserts.
Oh, if it's beaten, it's solid. If
it's beaten, it's solid. If it's
played.
off, you didn't have it. If it's blinking, it's the one you're going to play.
Okay.
If you hit the Goldfinger target. When you've got the Spectre weapon qualified and you have to hit the Goldfinger target to start it, the insert starts cycling, right? It goes from insert
Got it.
of the ones you haven't played, and whatever one it's on when you hit the Goldfinger target is the one you're going to play. So if you've got one in particular that you want to play, which you're going to be doing that once the perks get added to those in the future, you're going to trap up and time your shot for when it's on the one that you want to play and hopefully beat to get the perk.
What's this? With a lot of work to go, plans for Code past 1.0, we always aim for 1.0 to be feature complete. That is the hope for any pinball machine. Realistically, anything beyond 1.0 would be like bug fixes and tweaks and stuff. But feature complete with every insert and every idea that we had for the game is what 1.0 involves or entails.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yep.
That's the perfect description, yeah. So we never promise anything past 1.0, but we never say never, right?
Right,
There's always
exactly.
cleanup work to do. There's things like insider connected things, features get added. In which case, like we update every Spike 2 game.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have like a cutoff of like this is like other than like, when we get this to 1.0, everything planned for this game will be in there and functional.
Heck yeah.
And usually post 1.0 is like polish and bug fixes and stuff.
Any further update on adding more Bond women content? I don't know.
Yeah, that one I don't really have an answer for either.
That might be I think that's a Gomez question.
That's a George Gomez question, I would have to say. I mean, the features in there working as designed.
Yeah.
But, you know, we still have whatever modes we have left to do. You know, there might be clips attached to that, but I don't really, you know, again, that's more a question suited for George.
Killer. Well, I guess the best way to really show this topper off is to probably just play the game.
Yeah, and should we introduce our two guests?
Yeah, here's what we're gonna do. If you want to restart this, we'll throw some glass on. Gentlemen, if you'd like to come over here and introduce yourselves, that would be great. I'll grab the glass.
I'm Logan from Portland, Oregon. I work for a company called Quarter World. I'm wearing my Oregon shirt today. I'm not sure. Chunk. Some chunk.
Oh, it
I
is
didn't even
John.
notice
Yeah,
that. That's
it's
hilarious.
it's the Goonie shirt.
That shirt's awesome.
Wait, was Goonies filmed?
I'm
in Portland?
Roper Fuentes. I work
I've lived
at Stern
my whole
Pinball.
life and never realized what
And-
state that was supposed to be.
Yeah, it's Astoria. And
How far is that from Portland?
2 hours. And it's funny, the lady that used to own it hated having all the Goonie fans go there. So she was like, no! But then she sold it to a Goonie fan.
Yeah.
And then he took over the house, and then he got his buddy to buy the house 2 houses down, and they're trying to, I guess, nudge out the person in the middle so they can like make the data swing for the slide.
Oh yeah.
And they're trying to remake the whole like front lawn with the gadgets and stuff.
Oh man.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
If that happens, when I go to that Portland,
I love you, Internet.
Expo
It's
every
great to
year,
see you.
I'll make the road. I'll get somebody to drive me up there to see it.
I'll,
if that
I'll meet you
happens.
there.
All
I'll
right.
meet you there. Because you know what you can do in Astoria, which I just found out, you can drive on the beaches forever.
With
so
your car?
With your car. So you know how you hate schlepping stuff down to the beach?
Yeah, you just drive down.
You
there.
just drive down, open up the back.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I hate the beach too.
I
Wait.
hate, it's the only reason I hate the beach.
All right, I'm gonna log
Wait, we didn't
into.
introduce our
Oh, I went in and said, I said
He was all
hi.
sneaky about it. Roper's here.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna log into my insider account.
Oh yeah, me too. Well, I just have it in my Apple Wallet, so I don't. Have
You
to
know, I
log
keep
into
free.
anything.
Oh wait, I have it in my Apple Wallet too. I keep forgetting that.
I've been flying, so
That was one of my
Stupid.
favorite things that we
There it
did
is.
was add the ability to add that to the wallet.
Let's see.
That was the best thing ever. Add it to the.
Oh,
I was doing
Let's
screenshots
go.
and stuff.
Oh
yeah. Uh-oh.
yeah, please. What is this, Rover?
The QR code is no longer valid.
There we go.
Did you get fired and we didn't know?
I had to bounce back between two.
All right, boys.
Is that how Stern fires you? Like when they just nonstop cancel your Oh no!
All right, let's get this. Do you remember everything Mike said? If not, you can go back and rewatch all this.
Well, let me walk around the side here. I'll read the chat.
You're gonna need here. You're gonna need this if you want to answer any questions. Internet. Also, Mike will be here off camera, ready to answer any questions you may have. Make
Yeah,
them
here's my arm.
Make
I'm right
them as
here.
gross as you want. It's gonna be great. Okay, here we go.
By the way, is anybody going to California Extreme this weekend? I will be there, and I'm doing we're doing a big panel about James Bond and Stern in general, Saturday at 10 a.m. California time. And I believe it's going to be streamed as well.
Is it called California time?
Well, what is it? Pacific time?
I don't-
Is the
I don't
Pacific
know.
time? Then
There's
I
Eastern
call
and
it
Pacific.
I call it California time.
Why not go for the skill shot? Because I forgot. Internet. I don't play pinball anymore. I don't know what to tell you. I'm trying. It's saved though. I still got it, baby. Get up there. Also, I understand this might be triggering for a few people that might be hungry, but pizza just arrived
I am. You just triggered me.
and it smells remarkable. Get up there.
Red Grunt.
I was told that the topper is not that there will be more. At least that's what George said, and that's all I have to go off of is what George had stated.
Yep. Whatever George says.
Yeah. So if George said it's not limited, I would go with that. Because I don't work in the sales side of the company, and I don't even work in the building, I'm not really privy to that sort of thing.
True.
But if George said it's not limited, then I'm taking him at his word.
I haven't been in a factory building in some time. I spent all my time here making magic, and right now everything's covered up with blankets. Love the flow.
We did the choose your sounds thing in Bound 60th, but it didn't really. We'd have to make a whole nother sound package for this thing, and it's not. I don't think it'd be worth the time, And how do you sign off on doing an entire another game sound package on this one? I mean, because the amount of sounds in this compared to like a Bound 60th is like, it's huge. There's a huge difference, right?
There's a lot.
Bound 60th was a much simpler game. It was retro, and it was a great idea that they had. I love the sound package on that, but it really wouldn't fit on this game so well.
All right, Mike, blow it up.
All right.
Show us what that topper's got. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be in the back here cracking wise.
I forgot how yours plays so much differently than mine.
Yeah, so my flippers, I drooped my flippers, I screwed with the outlanes. I made this game very difficult to play.
You're a mean man, Jack Danger.
So, folks, I was trying to, what was it? I was making an appointment for a haircut the other day. And the young lady on the phone is rattling off times. And she goes, well, the only time we have this weekend is 2:30. And I'm like, oh, that's a dentist's favorite time of day. And I thought she hung up on me. I was like, hello?
I would have.
Hello? You...
I totally would have hung up on you.
She's like,
my God.
She's like, what? And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, that sounds great. 2:30 is awesome. All right, who's up next?
I actually had to think about that one for a minute. Of like, wait, why did that there? I'm like, oh yeah, dad joke.
So all that stuff you told me about the code update, I was standing over looking like I was paying attention. Not at all. Not at all.
If it's blinking.
Right? Shoot for the blinking lights.
Yeah, shoot the flash. But just ask me while you're playing if you don't know.
That's how I like to do. I like to drain the first plunge, just to get a feel for the table.
The droopy floops. Hey, Mr. Punchy.
Yes, there will be a reward for finishing the modes. I just mentioned that like 10 minutes ago.
Some people might be coming in late.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, for sure. Before we get to the end of this game, there will absolutely be an incentive to finish the modes. And, that's something we've done on every game. Like, Stranger Things, we had drawings for finishing the modes, and that became very lucrative. Yeah. So there will be there will be absolutely an incentive to finish the modes.
You'll want to build Bird 1 Jaguars.
Guys, I'm trying to eat some pizza here, okay?
Player 1 is up.
All right, let's get that skill shot money. Nailed it first try. Upper flipper alignment recommendation. Make sure it's angled down.
Well, Jax is wrong. So
Everything about my
Jax
setup
is
here.
like drooped a little too far as upper flipper, which makes those side shots actually harder. Honestly, however it comes out of the box, like I've seen most of them be very, very correct. So they get I think they have a little alignment tool that they use at the factory.
Well,
so however it came out of the box should be good.
For the bottom,
The bottom flippers, they are
have a
drooped
dot.
a little bit, but again, there's dots there to line them up to, and the dots are correct. So the middle of the tip of the flipper should be lined up with those dots.
Yeah, mine need to be a little higher, but YOLO, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Oh.
That's why my score is what it is.
Yeah, it's my flipper alignment. That's
Yeah.
why.
Something's off about this.
Yo, get up there.
Eventually, too, in the future, you are going to be able to go for skill shots when you physically lock balls, or if you start, if you finished a mode where it killed the flippers and served you a new ball at the shooter lane. Eventually, we're going to have it so you can make more skill shots in those instances. It's not in yet, but it's coming.
Boing, boing. Not on my watch. Pinball machine. Oh my god.
Yeah, actually, the first thing Roper I designed on this game was the skill shot, the MXV skill shot. I'm like, okay, now that I got that out of the way, now let's talk about the game rules.
What's the rarity of getting that skill shot to
It's going to be challenging, but it's definitely not the most challenging one I've ever done.
Player
Get a
2
bone to
is
pick
up.
with you, internet. How dare you make fun of me without I know where that lazy shit is. I've been a different selector for people, but still. Still a good little shell shocker.
Expect a ramp starter silence.
Thank you, ball save. That thing went screaming down the alley. God.
One guess what movie I went this weekend.
Goonies.
Right? No,
Player
it was
3
Oppenheimer.
is up.
Yeah.
Was it good?
It was good. Also, when your 7-year-old daughter says, "Can I do your nails?" you say yes. That's the one thing.
Wow.
Player 4 is up.
Yeah, I went to the Chicago pizza and grinder oven place last night.
I've never been there, but I heard it's good.
Pizza pot pie.
Like, flip it over.
They just flip it over, pop it out.
Please stop shaking the game.
Is that you that stuck the ball?
I got a ball stuck. I can't shake that, can I?
I get one of those PV stuck balls. You know, just so you know, all the games that I get here at the Dead Flip Studio are not production. So there you go.
Well, now I have a reason to blame my low score on something.
Man, all y'all looking for some excuses right now. Thank you, sir. That wasn't a skill shot.
Super pop bumpers are lit.
All right. One more for Q Branch. Let's do it. We're going to ski pass it. Oh, almost.
Calling Cape Cod. Cape Cod, this is Jupiter 16. Can you give a call for
I blame. Oh, please.
Jupiter 16, roger.
Got you.
There is an unidentified object closing on you vascular stern. Can you see it? Hawaii from Cape Cod.
Ah, doo-doo.
Nothing here.
Come on.
While we check the space traffic.
Come on, hit the thing. Oh, I'm trash. I'm trash. Q Branch is lit. This is it. This is it. Hit the green arrow. Zip. Okay, I got one more. Let's let it bounce. Oh, another one? Don't you piece of pizza. All right, make sure I take it.
Player 2, you're up.
I think we already have an achievement for getting all the skill shots, which, yeah, I think there's an achievement for all getting 8 skill shots in a single game. If it's not, then I just reveal that there's one coming. But I thought that might be in there already.
Why you disobeyed my strictest rule and come in day?
Dad came to see me this morning.
God. This game hates me today, Jack Danger. Slingshot
Player
out
3 is up.
All right, Elbow. Yo, Elbow.
Yeah. First letter of my name is L. And my last 3 letters are B-O-W. Elbow. Here you go, Internet. That's my nickname for it. It's all about ball 3. Coming for you, Jack.
I'm ready, bud.
And that
That'll do.
Player 4 is
All right,
up.
Roper, you're up, my dude. Let's go. Put a little elbow into it. Exactly. All right, Roper, this is it.
Yeah,
This is
all
your
right.
chance.
This is it?
This is like that Eminem song about having one shot. Do it up. There you go, there you go, there you go.
I'm not sure what you mean by why are there no action items to choose from. Could you elaborate on that question a little bit? Do you mean something to do with the button besides the multiplier? There will be something else to do with the button coming at some point in the near future as well.
Hey, four-way combo.
Did you beat me?
No.
Go again.
Player 1 is
All right, Internet. Pay attention to the topper this time, or you're fired. All right, Topper, do your worst.
Matt, currently, yes, when the action button on the lockdown bar is pink, that means you can start a playfield multiplier, and it's plus 1x or whatever, however many bond women you have lit solid at the time.
Did I just start a multi? I'm a ding dong. You almost got $1 billion the other night? Yo! I'm trash at pinball.
Gary, John, and like they're like,
There it is.
and they're all like, I'm gonna have to tell you beat.
Portillo's is great. Internet, have you all had Portillo's before?
You should.
Because you should. It's incredible.
What is the name of the main diner?
Oh, Ed DeBevick's. I used to work there a lifetime ago. I got paid to be an absolute butthole to people.
Serious?
Yeah.
So my wife grew up here, and that was like her favorite place to go.
Yeah, Ed DeBevick's was awesome.
You might have been their server.
There's a very good chance. I worked at Rainforest Cafe.
Michael Holiday,
Ed
thank you.
DeBevick's,
Thank you for the kind
Denny's
words.
Stint.
Name dropping.
Yeah, right.
So what did you do there, Jack? Were you a
I was a waiter.
Expect a ramp starter
My favorite thing was to blow straw wrappers at people. Oh my god, dude! I could snipe people from across the frickin' room.
Michael, to answer your question about the wizard mode, you get to choose whichever wizard mode you play when you qualify one. So anytime you finish, when you play, you don't have to actually defeat them. When you play through 6 villains or 6 henchmen or 6 Q branch or 6 specter weapons, the right ramp will be lit for a mini wizard mode, and whichever villain is flashing quickly on the insert is the one you will start, the mode you'll start, and you can change that before you make the shot. Every time you hit the Goldfinger target, it advances it up one. So you get to choose which wizard mode you want. So even if you play the same way, like you always happen to play all the henchmen first, for example, you can have a different experience every time because you'll be able to choose any of the 4 mini wizard modes to play as your first ones, your second one, your third one.
To the people asking about any updates on the Jurassic Park 30th, you just have to wait until whatever that date was that Stern gave.
Yeah.
That's tomorrow?
Tomorrow's the 17th, right?
I don't know nothing about you, son of a
That's what I
What's
saw.
also cool about if you get the full 7x playfield multiplier on this game, you get 30 seconds of ball saver. So you're guaranteed 30 seconds of 7x scoring. So you do it's a lot, it's hard work to get that, but your reward is like you don't get it and then you can lose it like a second after you started it. Like you're guaranteed the 30 seconds. And you can actually use it to resurrect a ball if it's going out the out lane.
Yeah, right? Oh, yeah, that's very smart.
So like if you get 7x and you're using it in James Bond, like there's better places to probably use it because James Bond has ball save the entire mode. I mean, yeah, 7x scoring that thing is fantastic, but there's all the Q branch modes you can score as much, if not more. The Q branch multi-ball ones.
That's killer.
All the mini wizard modes have way more scoring opportunity, where 7x will become even more lucrative than in a James Bond.
All your equipment.
On-demand balls. Oh. Okay, I got Spectre.
A Spectre weapon is available.
He's got his action button lit. When would be a good time for him to?
Well, it depends. There's a lot of risk and reward involved in that. He could hit it now, and I think he's only got one woman lit, so he would get 2x. But you lose it when you drain as well. So there's a whole it's a whole press your luck risk reward thing of like how much do you want to light up before you cash it in, and also you want to start like a mode and something where you can get a lot of points even without multiplier. Then adding the multiplier into that equation makes it that much greater. So it's
Kind of got like the gambling casino.
it does, yeah. It's like press your luck, and trust me, there's so many times where I've got like 6 of the Bond women lit solid. I'm like, oh, I want to get that last one. Then I drain. I'm like, oh, I lost it all. It's like, but I could have used that 6x and not been as greedy and probably walked away with a lot more points. So it's really you got to weigh in like the risk and the reward, and that was the whole idea behind how I designed that rule.
Grab it right before it goes down the drain if you see you're going, like just kind of last minute slap it.
If you have 7x, yeah, you don't get a ball saver for 2 for 6.
No, I meant to like.
Oh, the ball saver's only for 7x.
Yeah, the ball saver
Got it.
happens if you have all those bottom women lit and you activate a 7x playfield. All the other lesser versions at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
It is cool that you get a ball save for that, but it is hard work getting
It's a lot
all
of work.
7 to go.
And that was Lonnie's idea, was to add the ball save for that, because he's like, if you did all that work, like you should, and then you drained right after you started it, like that would make you feel like crap, Like let's give them some guaranteed time as a reward for that they did that hard work.
That's a great question, actually. Did they cover the possibility of adding progress indicators for completed Q gadgets? Or the
That'll be
gadget?
in the instant info once we flesh out the instant info.
Okay.
Right now our instant info is it's lacking the info.
Sure.
So that's on the plate to get to soon.
Oh, killer.
And then you'll be able to look at instant info and know.
Great. Great job. You got it, Mike.
I'm flailing like crazy.
You can blame the game.
I blame the game and the traffic it took to get here. I was in the car for about an hour and 10 minutes.
Internet, getting to my studio from Chicago or from
the
Elk Grove,
suburbs, yeah.
or any suburb really, is a massive pain in the butt because Chicago has this fun barrier reef of traffic you got to get through to and from the city. So if you're trying to look through my window at the stuff that I'm making, add an extra hour or so to that traffic.
Please stop shaking the game.
Are y'all able to hear the game and all that fun stuff still? I'm going to make note of these settings for the future.
Yeah, I can hear it just enough, like where it
Yeah,
works.
we can hear it, which is good.
Yeah, because I remember we've had to do a couple of these where we can't hear it.
We go in completely.
I can't hear it.
Nope, it's rough.
I don't understand how people can listen to music through headphones while they're playing pinball, especially competitively.
You know what it is?
Man,
I think
I can't do that.
There's some games where we add hurry up noises that get your anxiety really high and it messes with you shooting. So I can kind of see that because it does It does make me flip a lot faster and sloppier if I know I'm running out of time because of like
I could see that.
the sonic drowning noise in my head.
The way I train myself to play pinball is like the sounds are what I notice first and then the lights.
Yep, yep.
So you take away the sounds from me and you may as well close my eyes too.
Yeah. All right, Elbow. Redemption arc.
Can I steal those locked balls?
No.
Can I
You cannot
train off the plunge?
That you can do. Yeah, there's no lock stealing in this game.
See, my thing is gravity really doesn't enjoy me when I play these.
Also, when you're progressing towards the Q branch modes, like when you hit the scoop, for example, or the rocket or the right orbit, the display will tell you how many more shots you have to that, and it won't show it to you if you've already played it. But that being said, I don't look up there a whole lot if the ball's live on the playfield because I'm watching the ball.
You'll want to complete the Spectre
I feel like
to build
this ramp is slightly out of alignment.
lock his lead.
It's not the ramp that's out of alignment. Jack's flippers are a little bit off.
Oh, it's just every time he pops out of the car, I see him like.
Oh, that thing. Yeah, that thing needs to be. The wire form over the DB5 is a little bit out of adjustment on his game.
All unlocked.
Yeah, and fix your wire form over your DB5 too. It's a little off. That's why you got that one
Not to
stuck
pick
ball.
out everything that we're you know.
Yeah,
Normally,
before we
first
do the
ball-
next one, like please fix the flippers.
Yeah, I've usually like rotated it,
Yeah.
rolled it over.
Yeah.
Ball, and, you know.
Like yeah, my game at home I play way longer than what I've been playing here.
I'm just trying to keep it moving.
I also like my game in a steeper normally. Like I take home version legs.
You've got your steepness.
No, but it makes you look.
You got your pitch about the same as I've got mine. That we're in full agreement on.
All unlocked.
Yeah, I could read it barely because my eyes are terrible. You can make that bigger? Oh, I love you, Jack. That's so much better. My old man eyes can't read it, even with their glasses, because it's these readers, you know, and it's like it's great for like up close, but that's like the distance of like where I'm screwed either way, with or without. Now I can see so much better. Matt, thank you for saying that. We love doing this, so I'm happy to take the time to come and show this stuff off. I think hopefully it helps you guys understand all the stuff in the game you might not pick up on right away.
Spectre ramp starter sideways. Q branch is lit.
Is there a target date for 1.0? We want to get to 1.0 as soon as we can, but we never announce dates or anything because for a number of reasons, dates can miss. You can't hit dates, and we're gonna have a cadence of updates between now and 1.0. So, if you follow what we've been doing basically this year, you can kind of get a gauge on about when to expect the next one.
Player one, you're
Arcade Hunters, the multipliers are lit by interacting with different parts of the playfield. So the pop bumpers light a bondwoman, the rocket lights a bondwoman, the left and right eject, the right orbit, and the spinner. Each one corresponds to the bondwoman of that movie. When you qualify them, they will be blinking on the side loop. every time you make a side loop, it will light solid one of the blinking ones going from left to right. When they're lit solid, that's your playfield multiplier when you hit the button. So it's plus 1x for every one that's lit solid when you hit the button. If you have all 6 of them lit, it's worth 7x instead of, and then you also get that 30-second ball saver. And the amount of time the playfield multiplier lasts is based on how many bondwomen you have lit solid. So it starts at 20 seconds and it goes up 10 for every additional woman.
Can you see it? Hawaii from Cape Town. We have nothing here. Hold while we check the space track.
All right, let's see if we can do this. Oh, yeah, we can. That was cool.
Also, any bondwomen that are lit solid that you didn't use, you lose when you drain. Any ones that are only flashing will still carry over from ball to ball.
Heck yeah.
Once you get a ball stuck?
Internet. Ball stock. I'm incredible at this. Well, Mike, is there anything else that... Here, come commandeer this microphone. Okay. Is there anything else that you would like to discuss, or do you think we're...
I think I've covered everything we got to talk about this time. Jack's post. Oh, man. Game over for us.
Game over for us.
Yeah. It's a good thing that we covered everything I wanted to cover.
Yep. We did it.
Technical difficulties.
Yep. It happens, Internet.
Yeah.
It happens.
Especially when you've got like a pre-release game.
Mm-hmm.
I had to replace mine for this.
Yeah. Well, Internet, thanks for coming.
Any more questions before we wrap this up, Internet? Jack broke his game.
And this was going to be my round.
Yeah, I was going to come back too. So,
So I got second place?
You did it.
I had 5 Bond women collected in James Bond. I went and ended. I believe that was a bug that we fixed in the last update or the one before last.
Okay.
Where like the timer was, when the mode ended, it was accidentally killing the timer on your multiplier. That should have been fixed. I'm almost positive it is.
Heck yeah. How do I convince my partner to let this be my first pin? Have that conversation.
Yeah. Can we use guilt? Like, if you don't buy this pin, I can't eat and feed my family.
You don't love
Right.
me.
Yeah.
Right. Why don't you love me? I thought you loved me. Just now hooking up the new 007 topper.
Oh yeah, I'm jealous because my basement, the ceilings are only 7 foot high. So my topper that we're using for development is a cider. I have it on a table next to me.
Oh no!
Because I don't have the space to take the toppers.
That is kind of cool though to have the topper sort of like next
It's like
to you.
right here on a little table, side table, right? And I had to get the lab to make me extension cables.
Oh sure.
To run them longer to make it up
Smart.
into the cabinet.
All right, Internet. Well, thank you all for joining us. This was our first stream on the Stern YouTube channel. We're going to do more to polish this up, and you're going to see a heck of a lot more content on here. Also, the chat should be replayable.
Brian, if I got shorter legs on my games, my neck and back would be in way worse shape. Because I hunch over too much as it is, and it really kills. I've had surgeries on both. Ross Hart, 2-player stuff like making it harder for their player. No, that's
Oh, that's Dwight stuff.
yeah,
like impossible mode. And
yeah, we
stuff
don't
like that.
have no impossible mode. Yeah, that's like Dwight does that in his games. We don't have any plans to do that in this one. And things like lock stealing we never do anyway.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right, friends. Well, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Probably the next code update for
Yeah,
Bond.
we'll see. We'll do this again when we do the next code update.
Yeah.
And again, if anybody's at California Extreme this weekend, Michael Grant, myself, and Kyle will be doing a panel, 10 a.m. About Bond and Stern in general. There'll be a long Q&A.
Cool.
Those guys will also talk about what they do and the parts of the company that they work in. I'll do a deep dive like I did on this thing a couple months ago. I'll do that at the show with a machine right next to us.
Nice.
And I believe it's going to be streamed as well.
Rock and roll. All right, friends. Oh, yeah, and looking forward to Foo updates. There's more Foo updates coming, Internet. Just be patient. We got a lot of stuff going on. The move and all that stuff is not making things easy. All right, friends. We'll see you on the next one. Have a good night, and keep flipping or something. All right. Love you,
Thank
Internet.
you.
Goodbye.